Y'all gonna get off that man. Everybody backing him now. Dave Chappelle then came out.
Hey man, look, over the past so last podcast, I was like, man, fuck Kanye. I don't give a shit what he said. I just know he's fucking crazy. Blah, blah, blah. Ignore him.
Yeah.
And bro, like I've been getting the clips of what he ran down this past week, and I owe homie an apology.
Okay.
Because he's talking some real shit, you know.
He does, but he fucked up by generalizing. If you got beef with somebody, go after that person. That's all. You know what I'm saying? He generalized it and was like, Jewish people.
You got to generalize with them little
hands. But I'm saying, when you do that, guess what happens? You lose your billionaire status, which he just did. So
that's 1.5 in a matter of weeks.
Just like that, man. They turned his TV off.
Yeah, man. Shit, but he had a clause in his contract. He seemed extremely sure about it that they couldn't drop him no matter what. So
yeah, but guess what happened?
I think I understand that. You know where you're saying that shit.
Yeah, they called their people
out in the parking lot.
Come on, man. When the banks are calling you saying, "Come get your shit,"
you was right.
Come on, fam.
Yeah,
you fucked up. You really fucked up. You really stepped on it, man. There's no. Hey man, you get to a certain level, you get the big head. You cannot afford. None of us who look like us can get that kind of big head. Hey, man, how many billions you got in the bank? Guess what happens?
You still a.
Thank you, Miss Kiki.
Wake up call. Wake up call.
He's gonna get that call, and he got it. Come get your shit. Come get your shit out of our bank. Is what they said, and also, we'll take what they say. Adidas is gonna lose 230-some mil. We'll eat that. Just to be done with your
dude. What they're gonna do is they're gonna take all them Yeezys, re-release them under a different name like they did with them Kobe's.
Yes, sir.
Shit.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna take my Yeezys and polish them off and resell them. That they are, you ain't lying, but I got them at a deep discount price. Who can pass up a sale?
What
the Moses.
Them look some ugly shoes. I just feel like everybody just jump on a bandwagon. I'm waiting to see these. I'm waiting to see somebody come out with some sandals on that's blinged out. That guy got. And when as soon as I see a man wear that, I'm like, y'all, I'm gonna get on here on every platform and say y'all all followers because I'm tired of it.
I mean, just like when they came out with those Shaq sandals, I saw one person with those joints on, man.
Oh, look who's in the building!
Oh, goodness,
beat down Brown and followed by Painless.
Yo,
we got a full house tonight.
What's up, man?
Full house tonight.
What's going down?
Man.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I just saw somebody. Is that motherfucking beat down?
Yeah, it is.
Peace, y'all. What's going on?
The legendary sounds?
Yes, sir.
Beat down?
Everybody was sending up.
What's going on?
Miss Kiki and the motherfucker?
Yeah.
What's going
man. All right.
Greetings all. I just like to say greetings to all the panelists. Hello.
My man.
Salute. Greetings, panelists.
You're probably here. It's good to see you instead of a text message, man. Normally we were sending out SOS trying to see if anybody talked to you in a minute, but
right.
My man was underground for a little bit, but okay.
We gotta hold that metaphorical mirror up to your nose, man. See if you're still breathing.
I'm still here, man.
Yeah, Real talk. This podcast is about your motherfucking basement. This is the same shit we used to talk when we was in your basement years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? On that red.
Yo, that's word. That's word, man.
Now. We got microphones and laptops and everything now, son. You ain't the only one. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's no bullshit. This is exactly what we used to do. We used to watch kung fu movies and what things are doing different when you dead, drink motherfucking Stewart's.
Boat drinks, brother. Boat drinks.
And listen to Clinton work on that one bar for like 45 motherfucking hours. Nigga, do it sound right? Like, no, I only hear it on the left side. But that's the whole point. I wanted it on the left side. Yeah, that's what it was, man. Many sessions down there. Like, dude, would you get to the next track, please? Come on, man.
Right on. Hey, I got to shout out Midi Mix Audio Works back in the day. Stackhouse Homes building.
Oh wow, yes.
Marked it down for sure.
Jerry
Shit,
B.
man. We got Voltron in
Jeff
effect, even
Green.
with the pink line. Can we go ahead and kick that off, man?
Oh,
Go ahead and let Off do what he do.
Yeah, let me see, because Miss Kiki make me nervous in this bitch. Nigga gets better.
It's time to rock this motherfucker with 3 the hard way.
Youngstown Zone, 3 PMD, a Death Class Waiver Room production. Tank up in Eddie P, featuring the man in the myth who explains the man in the mix, Jay motherfucking Drizzy. Also featuring 9 Dicks Cocaine. With special guest, Youngstown Zone, Miss Kiki, and Youngstown Zone, the legendary Beat Down Brown, who sounds
What up,
you
y'all?
now listening to. And like we always do about this time, anything that comes out of my mouth, the quartermaster's mouth, everybody's goddamn mouth when this panel does not represent the views and opinions of one Mr. Eddie Westside. For all those in the know, Mr. Ed Deaduma. For the late there, Mr. And you know him and love him. 1/3 of 3 PMD's very own. I got to get that number right. Youngstown's very own DJ LOH on the 1s and 2s, very own high value man, Eddie motherfucking Coppola, goddammit. Rest in peace, K Slay. Shout out DJ Clark Kent, DJ O Money. Fuck it, since we added Brother K and the Dashikis, motherfucking Foster's Freeze, and the whole goddamn special shout out to Kid City, because this is a Kid City original. Let's fight this motherfucking evil.
Hell yeah.
Look at that shit.
Show, baby. Show.
It gets
Kiki
better
like,
every
this
time.
shit corny? Nigga, what is this?
Disco Kane. What the hell is that noise?
Right, Disco
That
Kane.
shit is
Was that Eddie Kane?
Hey, you was doing your thing. I said he in his element. Gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
for
Yeah,
sure,
you got to understand where it came from. I got to get my fractions and shit right too, man. The
All right,
show
we'll
has
get it.
grown quite a bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks to the new subs, the numbers.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, we going up a little bit, man. So that was cool. You know, last week.
Yeah, we have what 386, man. We appreciate y'all out there, man.
Yeah, it was
Send
like
your
we go
peoples
up, we
and
go
peoples,
down, we go up, we go down. You know,
Yeah.
people like what we say 1 minute, the next.
Oh yeah.
Fuck y'all. So,
Apparently,
it
I'm
is.
zanned out. You know what I mean?
you get some sleep.
Right. That nigga that zanned out and sound like it. Nigga, I started this gangster shit. I sleep.
Oh my god! I was like, he the soberest one. Shit. I was like,
Shit.
damn. Like, he clean.
That's bad too.
Motherfucking clean.
So it's no excuse for him to be like that? He's gonna check out. Shit.
Man.
Oh
Good,
man. How's everybody
gotta
been doing?
Shit, man.
Good, man.
Fighting, good fight. You know, same old shit, bro.
All right. All right.
Tank, you want to roll that, brother?
Hell
Roll
yeah.
that wonderful bean.
Let's
footage.
get into it. Oh fuck.
Yep, there we go. Yep, I normally go. That's it. There we go.
started.
We
Oh,
start.
We
hold on.
started.
1 second.
That's
1 second. Give me 1 second.
Nah,
Yeah,
motherfucker, you should have had this work. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what?
We're gonna put back on the theme music, man. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Put the theme music back on.
Oh.
Like I had it up there. I lost it. There you go.
All right. There we
All
go.
right, man. LA.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, this was a mess out of LA. They caught a couple of council members talking that shit.
Hot mic.
Hot mics. And those Mexicans, they got at us. And
They got at themselves too, bro.
Yeah, man. For anybody that's not in the know, those 4 people, no, 3 people. I think it was actually 4 there, but Nury Martinez, Gil Cedillo, Kevin de León were caught on the mic making very anti-black comments, and they were also making comments about the Oaxacan people. They're more indigenous people of Mexico, man. And the interesting things they had to say about them was crazy. But yeah, man, Nury stepped down. I think one other person did, but I think it's Cedillo, man. This dude refuses to give up his seat, man. He like, fuck y'all.
Pretty much. He
like, hey, I should have stepped in and said something, but
right.
I'm not going nowhere. So
he said he didn't say anything.
Well, you know what? The interesting thing about it was, I listened to the shit. I'm sure you all did too, but she was running her mouth. She was the main one. She called the little black kid a monkey. She was the mastermind with coming up with these plans to redistrict certain areas of California to benefit Hispanics, but be at the detriment, as the article said, be at the detriment of the black politicians down there. And she just went, it was remark after remark. F this one dude, he's with the black, she said. The baby looked like a monkey. The Oaxacans, they little this, that, and the 15th. Like, she was on one. And the thing is, yeah, they may not have said anything, but they're guilty by association, because Cedillo and De León, you could just hear them in the back keying it up. And one of them, I think, De León, he was making comments, but all three of them were laughing. So,
yeah, gotta go.
Yeah, they can kiss ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see. I basically read the little article that was given to me. I just thought that somebody said that they used a black kid as a handbag or something. So I didn't know that it went that deep. So
yeah, she went in. She was talking kid saying, you know, the kid's pretty much a prop, you know, but it is what it is, and you got caught, you know, now you got to take your ass home.
Yeah, the kid's parents are and I don't know if this had anything to do with it. The kid's parents, two homosexual gentlemen, and she specifically like targeted this guy. Was like, you know, they were out somewhere, right? And you know, she said, yeah, you know, he's always flaunts this kid around like as a novelty, like, you know, he's a purse or something. And I guess the kid was being a kid, man, excited about where he was. It was having a good time, and it was like, oh, this little monkey, I'd have whipped his ass. And it was like, really? You know, because he was being a kid, bitch. Okay. You know, so, you know, I mean, it you know, it's interesting, man, because you get these people that try and tell you, and please chime in, but you get these people that try to tell you certain shit doesn't exist. And we the ones that's making it up, but you constantly see this shit worldwide from different communities. You got, you know, these people doing it over there. You look at the Ukraine, everybody supposed to feel bad for the Ukraine, but they were shitting over the black people over there when the whole goddamn COVID shit kicked off over in China. They didn't give a fuck if the Africans or the black people was married to an Asian person. They was like, yeah, they can come in this motherfucker, but you can't. So it's just interesting that it's always this notion that we making this shit up. You know what I'm saying?
I think. Go ahead. I think that it's I think everybody knows what they're doing, and pretty much if you look at it, especially in America is just basically your skin color is basically your rating in society. But I'm just upset because why would a Mexican who is treated like shit in America try to shit on another race that's shitted on in America? You know what I mean? Like, where are you, like, just above us? Because like y'all like in slavery still. You know what I mean? If you really want to look at it, y'all got to use outhouses in California. Why you picking strawberries? So I don't understand, why would you hate on a people that has been done wrong? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It's interesting. I was privy to some conversations. In the Army, I met a Panamanian dude, and he said, hey, man, just like it's color cast in America, just like you got whites and blacks over there, it's the same way in Panama. Over in Brazil, if you watch that movie, Beat Down, what's the movie that everybody was watching, the Brazilian shit?
You would hit
City
me with
of
that
God.
now. City of God, yeah.
City of God. On the documentary, I mean, you know, in the special features, they had a mini documentary about the racial aspects over there. They was talking about the Portuguese, this, that, and the other, how they came and conquered. And now, even though these people was conquered, they still look down on the Afro Brazilians, if you want to call them that. You can go to Cuba and look at it. This shit, it happens in these countries. Over in Mexico, there's a whole shit. Yeah,
Dominican Republic versus Haiti.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, shit, there's some Dominicans that were legitimate Dominicans, but because they too dark, they was like, get the fuck over that line. They like, I'm not Asian. You are today, motherfucker. Get over there.
And the Cubans don't want to fuck with either one.
No.
Exactly.
Nah. So it's you make some good points, and I said all that to say this. When I worked in Texas, man, most of my coworkers were all Mexican dudes, and two of these cats had this thing about saying, "Hey, man, we're Spaniard. I'm Spanish. I got the plaque in the house," and I'm like, "What is the fuck is that supposed to mean?" I look at us. We lighter than them ones over there. And they would look back like, yo, who the fuck you talking to? I'm like, nigga, they wasn't looking at me, but I'm making it clear because it was a bunch of them. Hey, I didn't say this shit. They like, nah, who are you talking to? They would say shit. I ain't even gonna say the things that they were calling them, but it was along the lines of what that woman Nury was saying about the Oaxacan people. You know what I mean? And trust me, it gets darker than those Oaxacan. You got motherfuckers that's black over there. Just speak Spanish.
Yeah, my woman, she's black Mexican.
It's ridiculous to me.
Yeah,
like the closer to the, y'all hate us because of the melanin in our skin. Like
no, it's more of a
deeper than that.
It's more of, think of it like this. Just like black people, Mexicans have color struck folks. You know, somebody thinks they're better than somebody else just because of, you know. Like some of them can, like Ob said, can trace their lineage back to Spain.
Yeah.
Or, you know, Africa.
Everybody has black in them. Like they're all black. Yeah. They all come from black.
Yeah, but go back to your original statement about the skin tone.
The indigenous people were black before the Africans even came over.
Social hierarchy they have there, you know.
Negroid appearance.
It's like everybody wants to be white. Like pretty much. Like everybody wants to be these white people that everybody stole their status. They stole their status, and now everybody, if you're not right if you're not white. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're too loud or that's basically how we are in society. If you don't act a certain way, then you're ghetto and you're this. No, I'm like, this is me. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't acting like the white man.
Everybody wants to be black until somebody calls the cops.
Miss Kiki. Miss Kiki.
Sorry, that's true.
That part.
You gotta really peep the mind fuck that this situation is, right? So you look at these other countries, man, and some of these people are beat the fuck down so bad. People talk about Africa, you know, how some of the Africans use the skin bleaching cream. You know what I mean? Haiti, Jamaica. You know what I mean? They fucking, you know. People goes on over in the Asian countries, over in Thailand, love the Thai people. But when you look in certain places, they got stacks and stacks of skin lightening cream for sale. Go over to, I think is Japan or China, but there's a specific surgery in which the people try to round their eyes out a little bit more, if that's the proper way to say it. I'm not trying to be offensive, but this is a real surgery where they go in there to try and soften their Asian features. You know, look at India, man. You know, everybody loved Gandhi. I thought Gandhi was, you know, you let Dr. Martin Luther King talk about it. Gandhi was that dude. He took all his teachings. Fuck, it wasn't until recently I learned that Gandhi was racist to the motherfucker.
Yeah.
This motherfucker wasn't like.
That's when I first heard the term kafir and didn't know what that was.
Yeah, well, I heard that first time I heard that shit.
Educate me.
He liked to sleep with little kids also.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. No, he did. But no, No, I watched what was that? Lethal Weapon 2. That was the first time I heard that term kafir. I thought it was like some South African shit because that's what
Kafir. Yeah, kafir.
Remember he told Riggs that shit. He said he called him a kafir lover or some shit like that. And so when you look at the Indians, you got that whole Aryan Dravidian thing. Like that bottom caste that they can't stand the ones this dark.
Okay, but before y'all leave, what's kafir for the ones that don't know what it is? Because
kafir is nigger.
It's with the hard R.
Yeah,
with the hard R
and the growl on it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, listen. Our people got to be the only group that's got a universal motherfucking racial epithet for. You don't hear this shit with other groups, man. These other, ethnicities, they don't have a racial epithet for everybody else. But damn near, I've heard everything from Hispanics. I've heard shit from Filipinos, all because Floyd Mayweather whooped the shit out of Pacquiao. You looked at the comments and it was Mignog and Sunog and all kind of shit. I'm like, what's that? You know what I'm saying? I had motherfuckers. You hear motherfuckers calling black people mayates and shit because they got mad. I heard that shit in the army. You hear it all, but then it's like people like, oh, you're thinking too much of it. You're making it up. But then Ye made one statement, said some people fucking with me. Oh, we gotta take all his shit, but we making it up. You know what I mean? I can't tell people how to be offended about shit or what to be offended about, but I'm saying don't act like niggas got mental problems when we say, man, these people fucking with us.
The ironic thing about that is how many times we try to justify the use of the word in a certain context. When you look up the origin of the word, you will see a chimpanzee and you will see a pale chimpanzee, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just leave it at that because I'm not trying to get in trouble. I don't hate anybody. In fact, if I do hate anybody, I hate everybody equally and for different motherfucking reasons. They fucking suck.
Yeah, man. We don't listen, man. We don't hate anybody, man. We just, like we said, like our good brother Eddie says, we cut it down the middle and we got to talk about it.
The views and opinions of you, the old payers, not the same as me, because I do hate a few niggas out there. I'm sorry for interrupting. Please continue.
No. Please don't drop his views are like that because he in Mexico now. So we all got to deal with some different shit.
We got to deal with the stateside shit.
Listen, right. If these banks is dropping an $11 billion nigga, what you think they're gonna do to my just slightly above minimum wage the fuck ass? No, it ain't happening. But to bring it back,
already overdrawn.
Yeah,
to do shit to me.
to bring it back full circle though, man. I think people gotta understand, man. It's a pathology with people, man. Just because a motherfucker's a councilman doesn't mean that they got the best interest of the people. They want a paycheck, and they want the little bit of influence that it come with. Don't mean they ain't got personal biases, man. People don't leave that shit at home. Right. People never have left those biases at home. So that's what I got to say.
All right. Next,
I would say something else. Hey, anybody check out John Henry Clark, some of his old lectures. John Henry Clark said it best. He said,
y'all ain't got no goddamn friends.
You ain't got no friends. You have no friends in the world.
Oh, all right, talk to me, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So special shout out to the gentleman. And I said I would never do this, who told us what we were saying was hogwash when we talked about the Anthony Soul and Jeffrey Dahmer thing. Kansas City PD ignores community as trapped black woman escapes. So, in Kansas City, we got to go back. There was a pastor, I can't recall his name right now, but he started making, I think it was YouTube or TikTok videos saying that, hey, these black women are coming up missing. People are complaining that these black women are coming up missing and murdered. He wasn't the first one. Apparently, this had been going on. And he got on there and he said something. What happened? Police reached a statement. Oh, that's just that's BS. We looked into it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a rumor. It's not happening. Well, what ended up happening was this young black girl ended up escaping from this gentleman's. I made the mistake again. This fucking asshole's
Call him what
basement.
he is.
Yeah. She escaped from it's fucking monster. If anybody can get his name for me, I appreciate it. She escaped from his basement and she went knocking on doors. When they opened the door, they saw her. She had this like patent leather spandex stuff on. She was topless. She was bald. She had a metal collar on, and he had beat her. He was beating her. He was literally whipping her and raping her. And he kept her in his room that he made down in his basement. And one day when he went to go take his son to school, she escaped. The interesting thing that she said was she had 3 friends that didn't make it, that he murdered all 3 of them. And all of these girls come from the same exact fucking area that pastor said that these black girls were going missing from, and they were getting murdered from.
Timothy Haslett.
What's that? Timothy Haslett. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So the interesting thing is the person came on here because, you know, the topic of that segment was how
what you do, man.
Can't hear you.
Dude, what you do?
Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can.
There you go.
Hello?
This brother didn't left.
He's coming out, going out.
He's rebooting.
Reboot.
Yeah. My man gets in on this serial killer shit. Just watch.
Difficulty.
There you go.
The man. No, sir. So the interesting thing was systemic racism aids these serial killers. Guy comes on and says, no, that's hogwash. John Wayne Gacy or whoever killed 33 young men and the police didn't care about it, which was bullshit. Because a lot of those people, he brought up Zodiac. The lead detective on the Zodiac, he never stopped trying to find this motherfucker, even after he was off the case. He went to his grave trying to figure out who the fuck this guy was. And the same thing that happened, if you watch Summer of Sam, Spike Lee's movie.
Spike Lee joint, yeah.
And then you look into it, I think that part of Brooklyn was like, fucking, they were afraid. The police were trying to find these fucking people.
Yeah.
It's not the same in this case. And so the guy says to me, well, it's hogwash. It ain't got nothing to do with race. Well, they looked up this dude, Timothy Haslett's social media. This guy got all kind of shit on there. The race war has already begun. I'll stop being racist when you stop blaming everything on me for being a white man, this, that, and the 15th. And just comment after comment. And look what we got. They found him.
Dang.
And I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
they didn't even go to his house. They went to his house for something small, like a traffic incident. They were already on the way to his house, and then that happened. So there you go. That's my piece.
Shit is crazy, man. I guess we could talk about this for a week about these, how shit gets swept up under the rug, especially in the hood. And, we could just put him on the list of what we talked about last week about how, they just don't look at us as a priority, when it comes to stuff like that. So,
we're not even a person still in the Constitution. We're not a full person. So I guess, and it's always been that way. It's easy. That's why even in the hood, which is fucked up, you'll kill your own, but you won't go out on their suburbs and kill a white person because you'll get more time. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like our lives don't matter. You know what I mean?
We talked about that, Miss Kiki. One of the things we touched on in that episode was the fact that a few of these guys, we don't got to rehash the whole thing, but they specifically said that they raped black women or raped and murdered black women and children because they knew that law enforcement would do nothing about it. And that's the one thing that there's a light being shined on this Timothy Haslett case. Now the media wants to put out these articles about the police department's negligence in looking into this shit. It's article after article. They ignored it. They just they did that. See, again, white woman go missing. It's an Amber Alert, as it should be. But it also should be a motherfucking Aaliyah alert, as my man Coppola said. If you're gonna do it for one, you gotta do it for the other, man.
Facts.
You know.
Yeah. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, we ain't gotta do a deep dive into it. This is just
because you can go deep. You know what I mean? It can get deep. That's
way deep. As I said, that's a whole nother segment. That's a whole nother entity. We could do a whole nother spinoff. 3PMD ID. Shit. Go real deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, brother Tank.
Absolutely.
What you got for me, kid?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You can just bring up lynching.
Ohio judge is booted from the bench for wearing tank tops and spandex and shorts in court. Oh, this is Judge Pinkey.
Man, we could do better. We could do better, man.
I just gotta say this. Her necklace looked like it came from KMP, y'all.
See?
See? It looked like it came from KB Toy Store.
A prop in
Jim and a hologram.
prop in the mermaid movie or something.
He said Jim and a hologram.
That's a Jim and
You
a
could take
hologram
some of us
shit.
out the hood, man. Even give them a judgeship.
She got that from the same place she got Herschel Walker's badge from.
KB.
Wait, he said she got that from the same place Herschel Walker got his badge from.
Wow. Damn.
Y'all see the doll, the little voodoo doll sitting up?
Hey, man. It says she was suspended for a while, but I actually did a follow-up, and they said that she's gone. They got rid of her for this shit. Yeah, she's done.
She been doing a few things. Like, I don't know if y'all saw, she was on an episode of Court Cam, when COVID first hit, and they was actually doing the whole quarantine thing when you could not leave. She was in court giving people warrants for not coming in.
Yeah,
and it was like, you do realize that it's a quarantine, and she was like, so people watch the news, people can still come in. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And her, I just want to say this. Her eyebrows is pissing me off.
I'm gonna say that. You know what? That's why we need you on here to point that out, because we repeat that. That's why we need you right now.
I saw that shit.
Thank
I
you.
saw that.
I peeped it. I just didn't want to say that because body shaming and we gonna get canceled.
That ain't body shaming.
I say it.
Tell him, Drizzy.
That is eyebrow shaming.
Hey.
That KB's Toy Store necklace and the voodoo doll over there, and she was talking about P Valley in court, comparing characters.
Talk about Uncle Clifford.
See what you did, Ed. See what you did, Ed.
She was calling the bailiff Miss Puddin'.
Tucker Lisa came to Cleveland now.
Shut up. What?
Yeah, she was calling the bailiff. Yeah. Hey, Miss Puddin'.
Hey, she was off the hook, man. And to make it so bad, like, this headline is a little misleading, because the counts that she has against her are fucking ridiculous. You gotta see this shit, man. This bitch was hooking up bribes and shit in court.
Yeah.
She was foul.
She was real foul.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said that out loud.
But with that being said, like, judges are always doing this shit. Like, judges pretty much have a green light to do whatever the fuck they want.
Because they feel like they got it.
Right.
Yeah. And she has not done anything different from white judges.
Right.
And that's the other thing that she's being put out,
Did you
on the
see how
front
many
line
people she
and
let go,
humiliated.
Tank?
Was that?
Yeah, she was letting people go. Like,
go. Forget who cares about the warrant? She was gonna let you go anyway. Your birthday coming up.
I'm gonna let you go. I don't want you to spend time on your birthday.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All get out.
I'm like, no, officer, I'm not resisting. It's just not my birthday yet.
I think that Cuddy is making a good point, because when I first read the article, I said, all of this shit and some motherfucking spandex got her.
That's the headline.
Right, that's the
headline.
fucking headline. Like, no, I think what it was it's like you guys just said, she was doing all of this bullshit. The problem, because she did a lot of fuck shit.
Yeah.
I think the problem was she was drawing too much attention to herself doing the bullshit.
Yeah,
that's what I
think it's the complexion, not for the
that
selection
part
and the protection.
That part
like
right
Tank
there.
said, she ain't did nothing. No white judge sitting on a bench. All of these are conciliatory courts anyway. All that means is they make you feel consolation that your matter was heard, and if you don't agree with the verdict and the other person doesn't agree with the verdict, then it's thrown out. But we don't even know. They don't teach us what real law is.
Listen,
they don't teach these lawyers what real law is.
I can agree with that. Think about what happened with the brother Judge Olu Stevens, who said, "Hey man, we not going. This case is not about to happen until the juror selection is fair and biased. We got a black person up here on trial, but you got a shitload of white people." He said something that I've always thought. It's supposed to be a jury of your peers. These fucking people aren't our peers. They live across town and don't want people in the fucking neighborhood around them. But you got these people judging them. He said, "No, I'm not saying you can't have white people, but you need to get some black people. We got to mix this shit up." They was like, "Nah, get them off the fucking bench."
Yeah.
So, and again, it's the same fucking thing that they do. I mean, the jury selection process is a prime example of that. You get to pick motherfuckers out of there that you don't want because of certain beliefs, but you want to keep certain people because of certain beliefs. It's a fucking joke, man. But yeah.
Absolutely.
She might have been cool without them voodoo dolls in that P Valley.
Yeah, you can't be talking about P Valley in court, man. Nobody's gonna take you serious.
Valley in court, bro.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Honestly, the whole shit. She might have been on that. She might have been trying to be on that Judge Maybelline and just went overboard with it.
You think maybe she was trying to jockey for a show?
That's all it was.
Maybe.
Possibly.
But now she's jockeying for a job because she's gone.
It's just certain things that you don't do, especially as a black woman. Come on now.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Kiki, you think maybe that all this shit came about is because somebody said, "I can't fuck with them eyebrows. We got to get her the fuck out of here." You think that's what you pointed? You think that pissed somebody higher up than her off?
Shoot.
You know, they pissed me off. You know, it just made me not like her more after I heard the story. So I don't.
Yeah, you never know, man. Maybe those are COVID eyebrows. She was doing them shits herself because her beautician was out.
Stop, man. Stop.
Yeah,
she's done. She's done.
It's all right. Tyler Perry got her. She'll be back.
Wow.
Dang, what?
Damn,
why Tyler Perry?
Mr. Chocolate.
I really, it shouldn't even be a race thing. But as a black woman, like, you should have been more on your game and been more fair than anything because of what we go through as a people. So I really don't respect her or her eyebrows. So.
Fair enough.
About that necklace. You about the necklace.
That necklace, that's KMP all day.
Yeah, you know what's wild? They done got a few of these black female judges out of there. A few of them.
Haven't you noticed over
you
the
noticed
last
that
4
shit?
years?
Did you see Drizzy, the one
right
that they
here in this state?
Did you see the one that they dragged out? And she was just like this, like she was sitting, had her like this, and she was, "I'm not leaving," and they dragged her ass the fuck up out of there. The other one that was getting fucked up
in Cincinnati, the one you talking about that got dragged. Yep.
What's going on in Ohio, man? Damn.
Man, look.
From north to south, man.
Ohio is Ohioan. That's what is happening.
The same song.
Right.
Same old song.
All around the world, the same song. It's just the same old song.
All around the world, baby.
All around the world, the same song.
Next clip. Nigga tripping. He's singing. Next clip, man. We gotta get him off. Oh shit.
This motherfucker going we only at 39 minutes. What the fuck, fellas?
Yeah.
Lady. All right, well, come on, let's get it.
Oh man.
She getting 2 paychecks. That's what that is.
Is that what the situation is? I wanted your viewpoint on this one, Miss Kiki.
You got it, Miss Kiki. Take it away.
Yeah, she basically, if you got 2 fathers picking up your child, she just got her days fucked up because she got Monday mixed up with Tuesday, and they both them bump heads.
She got a betraying ex friend.
Come on now, she didn't put
You ain't got no
put two
friends.
dudes down. She didn't put two dads down
Her
can come pick up her
friend,
baby.
Her former friend called them both and said, "Come get the baby." She had the doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
what
so I
happened.
didn't get the story right. I thought they picked up. They didn't know if the dads didn't know about each other.
They didn't.
No, they
didn't.
They didn't. But the
Her
kicker was
her
her
homegirl set him
homegirl
up.
she just recently fell out with was like, "Hey, call both of them." But
Yeah, I can play the clip.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can play the clip.
I tell y'all story time of what happened Friday
Fair use.
at work. So y'all know I work at a
As long as you call it,
in the
right?
front office.
Fair use. Fair use.
So y'all, right before dismissal, we had a dad came in and wanted to check out his child. Okay, that's normal. Okay, so we was like, okay, hold on a second, because the secretary wasn't right up there. She'll be here in a minute. Then another dad walks in. He wants to check out his child as well. Okay, give us a minute. So she came back. She got his the child's name. Told her the child name. Okay, she pulled it up, print out the slip, went ahead and asked the other dad his child name so he can pull out the slip. So she can print out the slip to call that child up, at the same time, just call everybody up. Got the child's name, and it was the same child's name, right? She was like, "We got 2 kids in the school?" Well, okay, let me pull it up. So she was like, "This is the same child he just checked out." And so they both look at each other, and dad was like, why are you checking my child out? Who are you? And he was like, "Who are you? What you mean? I'm her dad." And so me and the secretary looked at each other. I was like, "I'll be back. Let me go get the principal right now." Because at this point, we need the principal. We need somebody to call the school officer. What is really going on here? So the principal comes to the front, and she was like, "What's going on?" "Well, I'm here to check out my daughter. I'm here to check out my daughter too. I don't even know who he is. And he's saying he here to check out my daughter." And so the principal's like, "Okay, let me get mom on the phone and come up here, to see what's going on." So, I get the card for the principal to go ahead and call mom up, right? To see what's really going on. Hey, y'all. So I can't tell y'all. So y'all calm down. I'm gonna give y'all part 2. I've just got my nieces and my great niece, and we chilling. I just got done doing my hair, and then we did a little,
we ran it down.
She don't know how to just get to the fucking point.
Right.
Yeah, that
She's
part
trying to
too.
be cute.
Yeah, that's
right. Ain't shit cute. Just let it
go.
But yeah,
she sound like Painless in his intro. Go ahead.
Oh wow!
And they said when the mom got up there, I guess one of the dads went upside old girl's head.
Yeah.
First thing he did. But we do not condone violence on this show. Painless.
Nah, we don't. We don't condone violence on this show.
Why you about to jump up on her ass, man? Just fall back a little bit, man. We don't do that.
He got them hands rubbing like he's about to come from the mountaintop.
Yeah.
That's them Ike hands.
Yeah.
We don't hit bitches.
We don't hit women, but we'll slap the shit out of a bitch.
There you go.
Sucker free.
I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about women that got 2 different men that don't know that they the dad picking up the child who's playing the shit out of both of them. The little girl fucking knew what was going on and was playing them both.
That's what I want to know. How old was the child?
Like 5 or 6, 5.
Old enough to
know. She knew.
Yeah,
she knew.
The girl's trifling. And, the girl's definitely trifling, and for doing that, and then you're fucking up your child. That's another thing, because how she got 2 daddies. That's just because you didn't go get your paternity test done because you was doing some hoeing, and that'd be fucked up if them 2 ain't even the father. That's the crazy part. So somebody need to order a paternity test and figure out.
Word.
Oh, that was
does now, Miss Kiki. Does this whole situation, because it all happened on the school grounds, does this warrant somebody to call like CPS?
That'd be fucked up, but I don't know, because I don't think that CPS. I wouldn't want the child to be removed from the mother. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want that.
I don't think it's that.
I don't think it's that deep, but I do think that the lady should she should be held accountable for all her actions. Even
I'm just saying, because they could go, in certain school districts, they could be like, oh, well, we don't know about the mother's mental health. She don't know who the father of her child is. She didn't put two different guys' names down. Maybe she's not fit.
Shit, that's too normal to be crazy.
Oh fuck!
I think if this cat,
I think they just look at her like she's milking the system, like pretty much. Because if you got two fathers that's showing up, that's two fathers that's definitely in that little girl's life. So those are good daddies. So they are taking care of that child. So she's using her child for monetary value.
I think if one of these guys
for child support though.
Yeah. I think
I try to use big words.
but let's look at it. Let's look at it honestly though, because she actually be pulling child support off of more than one. Because once it hits the system, they're going to look at it, and you got one social security number with two people feeding into it. They're not going to let that ride. So one's getting milked that way. One is she's playing it cool, like, oh, you're off the books. We good. Just go ahead and buy some Jordan.
Right.
Got you.
Oh, good point.
Oh, we got there with it.
Yeah.
Hey, but so guaranteed the one who owned the books is the one who went upside her head. That's fine.
Especially, I mean, that's crazy because you never know what type of baby mama she is. She probably got all type of drama. That's probably why he went up upside her head. And then you don't even know who the father is.
I don't think homie should have hit her. I think if he got a sister like Kenny got, he should have called her.
No doubt.
I'll tell you,
go pick up your niece. I need you to go pick up your niece.
That's my go-to.
Kiki said no doubt.
That's my go-to.
That motherfucker was probably
wait at the crib for her.
Corey, you met us.
Exactly, and she would have been at the crib waiting for her to get there. As soon as she got out, womp womp.
If that was my brother, all he had to say was pull up.
Hey, look.
Now you playing with I don't even know if this is my niece or nephew, so I'm really about to fuck you up.
You pull it up in the big rig.
See the whole thing about that. You can't have a sister. You got to have that cousin with a different last name. See, you got to have that anonymity. You got to have that way removed cousin.
Gotcha. Beatdown's offering his services.
I can't pull up at the school either. Shit.
You need a motherfucker named Yasha to pull up.
Yeah,
and follow her as she leaves.
You need a Yasha to pull up.
Man, I saw this story and was just like, man, this is so foul, man. You can only imagine just being in that dude's situation. Like you got to question this cat. Like, why are you picking up my child? He's like, motherfucker, that's my child. Or you got to have this whole debate in front of strangers. Yeah,
and then one motherfucker realized that he been eating pussy all morning. And as soon as she show up, he gonna beat her ass. Yeah,
might have been there
that motherfucker. He get to thinking and looking at this dirty motherfucker standing right across.
You know what I was thinking?
Realizing they just sharing the same.
You know what I was thinking?
Yeah.
She better hope the one that hit her ain't the real one.
Hey, who just said something? CPS. Who asked me about CPS?
I did. I asked you about
my
CPS.
mind just went real dark real quick, and I don't care because it might be that as well. You got somebody picking up your child from school, and you got a list of men, and it's a little girl. That could be something fucked up too.
See,
That's paid for taking her daughter out too.
That's what I'm saying about the mother having multiple men, and they saying like, well, how many fathers does this child have? Somebody want to sit down and just break it down.
Paternity test. She better hope the one that knocked her out ain't the real.
Isn't there some rules of like who could pick up your kid as a media family? You have to have like credentials or some shit, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what it's weird. Like you got two dudes listed as dad.
Why wouldn't you question that? Exactly.
Right.
Cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's when you call somebody else and be like, you got to get your shit together because we can't have this on it's a liability. If something happened to that little girl, that's a liability. That's why I was like, why wouldn't the school call CPS and be like, look, get your house in order
you got two
before you bring your kid here. Yeah.
That's
Would
crazy.
you really
But
want to involve the state in that affair? I mean, if
They jump in shit anyway.
yeah,
You
but
know,
involving the state is not going to increase this child's like
I
quality of
agree.
life at all.
I
I
agree.
know it's not. I'm
But-
just saying, as far as how it
As long as
looks,
it ain't-
you got two dudes picking up one child. That's a flag,
Yeah,
right?
it should
I
be.
mean, fuck.
The state to jump in some shit that don't matter, that ain't that big on some shit. You know what I'm
That
saying?
part. They'll follow the little wingworm boy home. You know, they'll jump in and snatch him out the house.
Hey, what state was this
Right.
in?
Hold
Hold on.
Right
What,
here.
what state?
That's right. He got that
Hey,
patch.
that patch was always right the fuck.
Shit.
And real
What
shiny
state
ass
Nah,
skin.
for real.
What state was this in, y'all? Anybody know what state it was in?
I don't
Put
know
some
what
cigarette
state
at
it is.
cigarette
Yeah,
butt
it
ass.
was in Florida. It was in Florida.
That's a totally different world.
On
That's
some
another
real
country.
shit. I didn't got to ask some
Whole nother
stupid ass
country.
questions because my girl's son, like, he done dozed off in class like twice. They didn't ask him, well, how is your home life?
See?
Word.
See?
Because he done dozed off in class twice. He's
Right.
the smartest kid in the whole class. But they
Yep.
didn't ask him that shit because he done
Have you
dozed off twice.
How old is he? Have you taken him to the doctor yet?
See? That's a whole nother. That's a whole
Don't
nother
take him in
show.
Ohio because they're going to tell you that you can step outside the room while they question him
Yeah.
about
yeah.
his
No, that ain't just there.
sexuality
That's
and
here.
his activity. That's that's there too.
Yeah.
You got me
Yeah.
fucked up. My child.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not leaving the room with my child with you. I want you.
Right.
The police can't even question your child without you present. How's a doctor or a nurse going to question your
Right.
child? But that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And if you don't mark off certain things on their school stuff, they'll automatically vaccinate them or anything else that they choose to if the child comes to them for medical care.
And I feel
And you
like
can't do
this.
shit about it.
I feel like the only reason they want to get you out of the room
I shoot the school up.
is so they can start hypnotizing.
You might have to. No, see, it might come to that
Allegedly.
because
Yeah.
that's where
Nah, I
they
feel
live.
you.
Allegedly.
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 No school shootings.
Shootings up on
No.
here. No trigger
No,
words.
no,
No
no,
I
trigger
ain't got
words.
okay. I ain't got no kids.
That was
No trigger words.
Hypothetically
joke.
speaking.
There we go. There we go.
Listen,
There we
listen,
go.
let me say something, man. Shit, I forgot. Go ahead.
Them Zans, baby. That's them Zans.
Zans.
Allegedly.
No.
Allegedly.
Yes, sir.
Hypothetically. Hypothetically.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, I did not pee on that person.
Yeah. No, hey, I think they want to get you out the room, them doctors and shit, so they can start asking your sons and shit. You feel like a girl? You want to be a girl?
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
That could be it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I sent y'all the article.
You don't think that shit
the
happened?
video, the TikTok, the dude was talking about the news story where they trying to make it in Virginia where they can arrest you if your child wants to have the surgery and the pills and all of that to
Right.
make the change, and you say no.
Right. That's why I brought that
Oh
up.
no, ain't a remember. They're trying to put it back in now for
Right.
this current election.
This
Right,
guy,
Cuddy?
this guy
You said what?
And everybody asking me, dudes like you don't want no kids? No.
There you go. Because I said,
I'll be in jail. I'm not about to have my little boy or my little girl tell me they want to be something else when what they are. I'm like, you better love what God did to you.
right. I mean, I got kids, but I don't have like biological children. But this a fucking hell of a world to bring
is.
some
It's
kids
scary.
in when
Mhm.
you just supposed in their mind, you feed them and all of that, but we'll take care of the rest. Hey, you don't like being a boy, huh? What? Why are you talking to my kid like that? Leave the room. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to tell me to do that with my kid? And they do this shit, man. They do this shit.
I had a nurse pull out the motherfucking law. And you start looking at people in traffic different because you're like, you one of them dumb motherfuckers that voted for this shit? I didn't vote for this shit.
Like I get certain things being in
People suck.
in place
It's-
to
It's deeper. It's deeper than us. It's a spiritual war for it.
Absolutely.
I get things going on, like certain things being in place because you do have a lot of children that are getting abused in the home. You got a lot of motherfuckers, like a lot of these kids, man. When you think about it, man, they bad. They not bad, man. They coming from some environments where they not getting fed. Motherfuckers got blankets that ain't been washed. There's holes in them. The clothes is motherfuckers got holes in the fucking shoe soles of the feet, and you know they coming from some bad conditions.
We talked about that kid who he's the oldest out of like 5. He didn't raise and make sure all the kids ate except for him because they ain't nothing left. Then he get to school and you wonder why he acting out. He's tired. You know what I'm saying? He didn't raise like 4 or 5 kids. He frustrated. He got some issues, So he
Then he got to go to a school where they throwing books at the kid and calling them niggas.
That part.
Sandy says, shout out to Sandy says, yeah, man. And that kid, look, that ain't that. When you got a child that's already being neglected, but he got to raise 4 other fucking children. That's no longer a child. That is a person that was forced into adulthood, and they're doing the best with the situation they can. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that this has happened a lot, but a lot of these kids, man, they just aren't being raised in the proper conditions. And for me, when you got a motherfucker that's like ignoring all of that shit to then question, hey, you still want to be a boy? Like, man, deal with what the kid is dealing with.
Yeah, because I saw this one TikTok that was going around.
Question to my child, like
right.
This little kid is showing him slapping his mom. And everybody's on the side like, hey, man, don't be doing disrespecting your mom. But they didn't realize that his mom was nodding the fuck out.
Yeah.
And he was trying to wake her up.
The fuck out of her too.
He was slapping the shit out of him. They're like, man, don't be disrespecting your mom. It was like, dude, y'all don't know what this. I mean, he's crying.
He cries.
Yeah, he's like, wake up. Okay, you saw it too. And I was like, damn, that shit broke my heart, man. Seeing this little boy. And I knew exactly why he was smacking his mom. Right. Black boy. Maybe 7, 8 years old, smacking he crying his heart out, smacking the shit out of his mom because she nodding out.
He like, look between her toes. You'll see why I'm slapping her. Look.
Yeah. Like I said, these kids got that on their mind. They going to school, they're trying to keep it together. You know what I mean? That's adult shit. They're trying to keep that shit together, man.
The heron. Listen,
the sad thing is
that's a whole man right there smacking her.
They ain't no better. None of them know better than the parents. Regardless, my grandmother and my great aunt worked for CPS for over 30 years apiece. And no matter what condition those children were in, they still wanted to go back with their mom and their dad.
Yep.
Because that's an unconditional love.
Yeah, that's
all they know.
That's all they know. You heard about the little boy.
I want to go with my mom too, even if she was a crackhead. I want to go with her because that's where I come from.
I'm not saying people should get away with crime. What I am saying though, that they should not. Those children shouldn't be put into another position where a crime is being perpetrated against them without the protection of a parental figure.
And here's the other thing. Listen, I know people who had drug addicted parents, drug addicted grandparents.
Yeah. And
they can attest to, hey, that was happening, but they were beautiful to me. It was never put in my face. I saw things.
Yeah, but that's still
you never, but
that's still neglect, though. That's still neglect.
Absolutely,
no matter,
absolutely.
Even if they didn't touch him, it's still neglect.
No, I'm damn sure not making excuses. Like I said, I'm just saying, man. Some people, it's kind of like, let's go back to the Unseen documentary, Eddie, when the one girl who was a victim of Anthony Saul, she said, I was addicted. My kid was in the street crying for me to come back.
Yeah,
the kid knew what was going on, and she said, I was so addicted I couldn't turn around and go back to my child. I just kept walking. My baby.
And then the crazy part, you never know with that little boy while he was smacking his mom what he's been through to get her up, because you got to figure out these drugs. You can't when you under drugs, you can't save your kids. So whoever is on drugs and around you, rapists, all type of shit, you never know what these kids are going through because they're young and they can't fight big motherfuckers off of them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, I would love to see them taken out of the home, but like he said, CPS is a motherfucking joke because a child can tell you what's going on in the house and then turn around and let the people that have the kid, let them know that we're coming at such and such date so they can clean up their foul shit.
Yep.
Before you know what I'm saying, and make the child out to be a liar while the whole time that motherfucker going through worse than what he was with his motherfucking mom.
Say, man, look at Richard Pryor, man. Look at Richard Pryor. I think his grandma or his mom, his grandmother owned a whorehouse. A brothel. Yeah, his mother worked in there.
Yep.
I'm trying to own one of them.
But that wasn't even uncommon back then.
You're right. That's what it was.
That's how James Brown was raised. You know,
that's how it was.
Right.
Life story.
But Rich was taken advantage of by one of the Johns. They molested him in there. So it's hey man, it's a bad thing, man. Like the whole situation is fucked up with the two dad thing, man. And
That's horrible.
one of you said, what if both of them aren't the dad? I was there at one of the homies' cribs when he found out that his two 12-year-old twins weren't his. I mean, this motherfucker lost his.
What do you do? What do you do at that moment? Like, as a man, what do you do? I want to know, because I couldn't walk away from a 12-year-old. Like, even if, okay, let's just say, or let me take my brother, because there's no kid. If my nephew wasn't my nephew anymore, because I couldn't walk away from him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that has to kill you, and then you have to let another man step in to get to know your child, pretty much.
Shit, it might be another couple, man.
That part.
Hey.
That part. Like I said,
paternity can be shared. That is a scientific possibility as well.
And you know what? Let me say this to all the men watching: get paternity tests. I don't care how much you think you know that bitch, or how much she in the church, or whatever. Go get and make sure that child is yours. Shit, it's important. I don't care how good the pussy is.
We talked about that, Ms. Kiki, we said, because another podcast, Mr. MTR said that it should be mandatory.
Yeah.
Every birth should have a mandatory paternity test.
Yeah.
Especially if she get mad if you ask her for one. Why is you mad?
Here's the thing.
I never understood that. I never understood why you get so mad. Like, I just want to know, so we both get on the same page.
Right.
Get on the same program. We good.
Right. I want you to get one.
You could have sworn.
Bring this shit up. Go test your dick.
We're talking a lot of money.
Let me tell you something.
Let's get it right.
It's interesting you brought that up, Miss Kiki, because I asked him. I said, Holmes, you didn't get a paternity test? No. I mean, I'm sorry for you, bro, but I'm kind of perplexed. Like, you just went off of that, like, and you a cold motherfucker to let a man think that. You's a cold motherfucker to let a man think that he is the father. You never know. If you present it to Cat May, he may say, you know what, I love you. Hey man, fuck it, I'm here for the baby.
You're right, man. There's some cold shit.
There is a 2-week window. If you know you was fucking multiple men in a 2-week window, all of them is a possibility to be a dad.
Ouch.
Man, I just know on Murray when it be like the motherfucker that brought 10, 15 niggas on there,
man,
and they still ain't
dead. I can't with that. No girl run off in the back and fall off on that damn couch.
Like, why is you falling after the third one?
Yeah, like it's the 8th time. Come on now.
Right.
I saw a documentary on Netflix. This chick did on her own family. She's biracial, born into a Jewish family, and her mom raised her.
Oh,
Jewish,
I saw that.
But her dad is black.
That's on Amazon Prime.
I'm just saying, and the killer part is that the mom brought the dad around and introduced him as her friend. Her friend. I mean, invited him to dinner and all this other shit. And the dude that old girl was dating was like, the father came to one of the dinners and she was going to prom or some shit. She brought her date over for dinner, and her biological dad was at the table, and he was like, "That's your father." You know, he's like, "You look just like him." And she was like, "No, that's our family friend." And then come to find out years later, it was her fucking dad. Her boyfriend figured the shit out before she did. And she had this whole identity crisis. You know, she ended up going to, what was that? In DC, the black college in DC.
Howard.
She ended up going to Howard University. She's, discovered herself, and, and her mom kept saying, well, we got dark skinned, people in our family, here's your great uncle.
I remember
this is where this is where you came from. This is why your skin is a little bit darker. But she raised her as a little white Jewish kid. It was fucked up.
Yeah.
You talk about how these girls could just go on and, you got to be some type of fucked up to go on and raise your kid that way their whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But women are fucked up. I hate to say it because
no, say it.
I hate to say it because it's just like
Tell them about the gun line.
You will make up fake ass lies because of how you feel about a man.
Here in the state of Mississippi.
There is women out here, you know what I'm saying, without getting too deep into it, because this is something close to and dear to me.
Deep throat conversation.
And a woman to ever say that a man molests his child just because he don't want to fuck with you, or he don't put his hands on you, or he done did something that has nothing to do what he did to you. That's fucked up if he hit you. That's fucked up if he did some shit to you, but that's to you, not to your child. Don't have your child growing up hating a man that ain't never touched them. You know what I'm saying? And then you're messing up a whole bond. Like, women don't do no foul shit like that. Like,
let me say this. I'm glad you brought that shit up.
That's foul as fuck to me.
2 examples. Ayanna Van Zant had the show. 3 sisters on there.
Took the words out my mouth.
The mother, the dad, and the mom sitting across from each other. She said, Miss Such and Such, I need you to admit that he never touched his daughters. Yeah, but if he knew that, then he should. Ayanna got in her ass. Like, no, you told the lie, bitch. She ain't say that. I'm saying it. I'm saying it like she should have said it. Bitch, you lied. You know goddamn well he didn't do that. So you can't put that on him and you lied. And she said, I told the lie. A 20-year lie. I told the lie. He never touched him. The girls in the back crying.
Yeah, because they're mentally fucked up because they have.
He got this paper like this, like
a lie, shaking. A lie for which he could have ended up doing a hard time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But Drizzy.
And did she get jail time for lying?
Even if he didn't get jail time.
That's the shit that kills.
The damage is done.
Come back from them accusations.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The kids are fucked up because they have lies from their mother. So they're already looking at their dad like, what the hell? They probably don't even remember it, but they got little glimpses in their head of what their fucking mom said. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the kids are fucked.
Yeah.
Miss Kiki,
relationship is fucked.
Peep this. What? The second example was there's a gentleman. I don't know if he got out yet. Was locked up because his drug addict wife said that he was molesting the daughter. Police came. Daughter says, yep, daddy was touching me. She recanted the story, said, that's what my mother told me to say. I didn't know why she told me to say it, but I said it. So now, what happened to her, I think at like 6, she's still visiting her dad, taking her child to see his granddaddy. Because of this fucking lie that the mom perpetuated and had the daughter.
I saw it every day when I was in prison. Every day.
They try to
every day.
That's a fucked up way to get back at a person.
Yeah, she was a drug addict.
Because you're not only fucking up his life, you're fucking up your child's life.
Right, beat down. What you got?
You go and you put these kids, especially in these little girls, you get them developing trust issues with men and everything else that they can't come back from. They have trust issues where they don't trust people around their children, all like that, off of a lie. But this goes back into just like what we were going for the Karen rule. You call and you lie on somebody, they get messed up by the cops or whatever like that. So what's your penalty?
Right.
When it comes out, it's a lie. Where's the get back for you when all this goes down? You got that girl that lied about that football player, blew his scholarship and everything. He raped me, and it comes up, it's a lie. You just because you was embarrassed about who you were messing with, and you got busted up there going and being fast. You got all these people, like you said, lying about molesting children because you hate the dude that you chose. You chose this dude, and because he ain't choosing you no more or whatever, that all of a sudden it's like, well, let me come up with the most heinous thing I can come up with.
Yeah.
Even if there isn't time involved with that. Being estranged from your children in such a manner, having such a horrible cloud over you, where's your get back in that?
Well, here's the other thing. You ain't gonna tell me that some of these women ain't thinking like, ooh, you black motherfucker. I know these cops gonna have a hard on for you just cause you're black. So I'm gonna say the most heinous thing, as the legendary Beatdown Brown said, and I'm gonna say some fucked up shit and they, number one, they don't want to believe you, and I'm gonna make it to where they can't believe you. That's the cold game and the shit.
Listen, I call that attempted murder by cop.
Come on, man.
And I acting like Kanye. I will make phone calls. I already have shit in place. Anybody out there, just make sure you understand that.
And listen,
Not hypothetically.
As bad as what old Painless is about to say, fellas, you got to pay attention. Sometimes you got to step back.
Yeah, I'm about to say y'all got to take accountability for the hoes y'all choose too.
That part.
We don't choose shit. We ain't in control.
Yes, y'all are.
No, we are not.
No, let me tell you. Let me break this down. Let me break this down because
we're not.
I'm gonna put it like this. First of
Even
all,
a female dog can smell a diseased fucking dog when she giving up the pussy. The bitch
woman
can smell.
has to say
the
yes.
bitch can smell.
But it's
you
up
know
to
when a nigga got problems. You know who you laid down with. You know what you about to bring in the world. Dahmer's mom knew. This shit is so whack, man. We keep going back and forth with this. No, listen. Accountability is the biggest problem with women, period. Men take accountability and responsibility.
It's the biggest problem with men, too.
Some men.
Because men,
most
you
women
know what
don't
you
have
laid
the
down with,
integrity.
too.
They don't have the integrity and they don't have accountability.
Okay, you don't. So you saying that because you're a man, you don't have no accountability because you have a dick?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying the opposite, but I'm saying that they still know, they still choose.
Okay, but y'all choose
before the abortion ban. Here's the fairness in this. Before the abortion ban, you could either discard the pregnancy or you could have the baby, whether the man wanted the baby or not. He could tell you from the beginning. If we fucking you get knocked up, I'm out. And you got his social or you got his name because y'all been cool for years. That man is on the hook regardless of what he decides to do. Now, if he say I don't want to keep the baby or I want to keep the baby, it's not his choice. So who's the one that doesn't have?
What is your argument? Because you're talking about accountability, so it's like I'm not getting.
She was going by accountability about this heifer that you're dealing with. You know,
she know that nigga.
Quit. It goes both ways, man. It goes both ways.
You're saying that the man don't have to have accountability, but the woman does.
No, I'm saying the man is the one that's stuck with the bill. He's the one with the accountability, regardless of whether he chooses to have it or not. The woman gets a choice.
If somebody get pregnant, I get you on that.
No, not just if somebody get pregnant. If she lose a job, she can get welfare quicker. She can get food stamps faster.
They do sell condoms.
They do.
A long time.
They do. They make birth control.
I think both parties are accountable. A woman, you have to say yes to lay down with her, but it's up to a man to keep the woman because that's just how it goes. I could say, I'll fuck you. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to the man after he fucks me if he wants to keep me, if I want to be with him. Period. That's the motherfucker.
I think I kind of get what he's saying, though.
But I don't disagree with you because that is how it is. But what I'm saying is that really how it should be?
What do you mean?
I think what he's saying,
if women can fight for gender equality in the workplace and then everything else, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. It should work in reverse.
It can't biologically. It just can't.
It just can't.
It can't biologically.
Well,
like you said,
they got surgeries now, right? They got ass babies.
I'm just gonna agree to disagree because me and him will bump heads. We will bump heads for 2 hours.
No, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just saying though.
Hey, this cocaine, what you got, man?
Whole spin on it basically is that's accountability on both sides, but it's not the same type of repercussions though.
There you go. And
I can agree. Now I can agree with what you said.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
No,
that ain't what you said.
That's when I say that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Got you.
Hey, I'm human. I used the wrong word. My bad.
Tell about the gun line, boss.
Tell about the gun line. Listen, man. Listen. This is what I want to say. When you fellas, and when you in these situations, man, when you're in relationships, I think fellas need to learn to stand back and survey the situation.
Facts.
In your own crib, stand back, pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to her mood, her temperament. Pay attention to your kid and how he's reacting to you. And if one day he listening to you and one day he not, if one day he or she is clothed in the next minute they not, if she's starting to tell you what you can and can't say to your kid, it might be time to go to the stove, man. Because
just not to cut you off, Playboy, but just think about when we were little, how much we ear hustled. How much we listened to grown folks' business and got in all that shit, man. That you talk about be careful of what they're hearing, and they're hearing everything.
Yeah,
they're hearing everything. Even though they in another room or whatever, they still fucking hear your ass. Your voice travels. They hear everything because we did.
I got one a little different from you. And this is selective process of what you're messing with in the first place. The fact of the matter is, when you go buy a car, that just because you want a freaking 02 Mustang, if that mug is sitting on 4 flats and has been sitting in the yard all that time, that ain't nothing for you to try and make a daily driver for you to go do nothing with. Look at the situation. That's nothing that's going to serve its purpose. And I think that's what Kiki was getting at. Y'all know what y'all messing with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Kick the tires. Don't put no gas in it. Don't put no gas in it. Don't put no gas in it. Don't put a down payment on that.
Yeah.
Hey, she's absolutely right. I'm not saying she's wrong.
He fixed it. He said the repercussion thing. He fixed it.
Yeah.
We good.
This guy was talking about. Go back and forth.
I saw where he was going, but what I'm saying is this: the flip side of what the legend said was sometimes you can't look and see
shit.
Hold on.
You land up, man. You better.
Hold on.
Like saying you can't pop and look up under the hood. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Just give me a second.
Go ahead. Bring it home. Bring it home, Painless.
Yeah, let me add on to his metaphor.
Okay. Go for it.
So listen, you can't always see that the goddamn tires and shit is fucked up. How often do people buy beautiful cars fresh off the lot, and then 6 months later it's a goddamn recall because the factory done fucked up something? Meaning, how often do you get with a beautiful woman, she got her shit together, but you can find out her mama or her daddy out of their fucking mind and they didn't raise a little nutso bitch, and now she fucking your kid up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Go ahead.
I got one for you.
Shouldn't have no kid in 6 months. You're gonna get to know the bitch.
We all from the east side. Whoever bought a car from Kaminari Collections? True. We saw rims and everything else. Ain't nobody ever bought a car from there. They had rims and everything. We knew they was garbage.
Miss Kiki, I was using that
men fine as fuck, put on their best behavior. Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
And yeah, they put on their best behavior, but at some point, dealing with that person, they're gonna start showing you exactly.
That's what he was saying. That's all I'm saying. Like
you see, you smell it.
Like you do get those people, like nigga, you say that bitch crazy and you got with her. But then other times it's like you just said, look at this nigga. Yeah,
you gotta walk away when you start seeing the red flags.
Go to the store. Go to the store. And that's why I said, man, as men, as women too, but we talking about these two brothers that went to pick this same little girl up.
Hey, but hold up though.
Go ahead,
but check it. What the whole story boiled down to is it was her friend who dimed her out. So basically what you need to do is sit back and look at her ratchet ass friends. And you know for a fact, one of them hoes gonna snitch for the right price. You gonna probably get one of them ratchet ass hoes, get in her ear, tell her what she want to hear, and she gonna tell you the whole shit.
You can pay for the whole facts.
Say, man, let me say something. Let me say something. I'm not mad at the friend because maybe the friend said, you know what? This is fucked up.
Yeah,
I know that dude. That dude is a good dude.
Both
and he's over here under the illusion that
she was on some bullshit because she didn't say shit until them hoes fell out.
It took 5 years.
It took 5 years.
I
get it.
If I knew my girl was doing some shit like that, I'm not gonna go to the dude yet. I'm gonna be like, now you know you need to go tell Chaz and all three of them motherfuckers that they could be the daddy because XYZ.
Chaz.
If you don't do it, then we'll probably lose our friendship because at this point I'm not even looking at you, I'm looking at the child. And then after that, I'm gonna be like, hey, all y'all need to test the bitch. That's that.
So look,
made him eat that pussy every morning.
It's likely that neither of them ever picked her up before, even though they were on the list. Because the little girl never said anything, according to the story, in 5 years. She never slipped up and was like, are you my dad too? We mean
Kevin.
No, she probably one of those chicks who have every time she bring a dude home, she introduces him like, this is your new daddy.
Either his new dad or uncle.
Right.
Or uncle, some shit like that.
I got one for you. Them dudes need to see how they're listed. They don't know how they're listed at that school.
What's the name?
I would check out the whole list.
The relationship of the person. That's what they always, list when I go pick up my kids, right? But like you said, though, the paternity test. Shoot, I was married, but my daughter was conceived before we got married. And after we separated, I asked for a paternity test. She acted all insulted, like I'm questioning her honor and all of that. I'm like, I'm not with you 24/7. I don't know what could have happened. All I need to know is that's my right. Yeah. And I'm not afraid to find out. I'm not saying she's not mine. I'm not taking that stance, but I'm going to have it on paper.
Tell him, Drizzy.
For you and for me. We going to both know there's no shadow of a doubt.
I'm a cold motherfucker. I find out, hey, I'm loving on this kid. I find out the motherfucker ain't mine. I'm going to the store. He going to be like, where daddy at for the next 30 years?
That's just I don't see nothing wrong with a prenuptial agreement.
I told you I had to go get my cigarettes, boy. Get off my ankles.
Right. You don't even smoke, daddy.
A prenuptial agreement and a test for paternity is like two of the most controversial things for a relationship. It can make or break. I don't understand that.
And a quick claim.
I don't either. It's just being responsible. It's just, is it mine?
Well, no, because there's this thing that women have where it's like, oh, you doubt my honor, you doubt me.
Tried to play it. I'm like regardless,
no, bitch, take this test.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's anytime a woman do that, you have to be scared. Like, oh shit, I was fucking him and him at the same time. Nah, motherfucker, you don't love me the way you say you love me. That's guilty shit.
Miss Kiki, how many times do you hear these women say, yeah, I was fucking over them, but he was the better one that was suited to be a father. Nice, so I wanted this one instead of this motherfucker. No. Fellas,
work at the post office.
Fellas, if you woman, listen to old right.
Yeah. You got benefits.
Right. Fellas, listen to old Painless. Carry Q-tips. When your woman go into labor and y'all going to the hospital, keep some Q-tips in your pocket.
Yeah, do that. If she tripping,
swab his mouth. Hey, nurse, you take this and
man, if you don't move on.
You can carry your own Q-tips. Pull out a little sandwich bag.
Hey, you can order your own online too.
Oh my God!
What I'm saying? You take them to McDonald's Playland. Hey man, open up, doc. Open up, doc. All right, go on play.
But that's like he said. That's like one thing. I just never understood it. Like he said, it is a women do pull that card on men. Like you're testing my loyalty. Like no, he want to see if that's a child. Like what's wrong?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
That's them.
Know too, because little Ray might be on.
That's the emotional pass lock on the phone.
Ooh. Right.
Damn.
Put some, little Ziploc bag and some Q-tips.
Damn.
When you put it, take it. Hey, Q-tips.
Oh, you a fool, man.
I don't know if it worked that simple, but I would think so.
Yeah.
Nah. All you gotta do is get a kid a popsicle. Take the stick.
We going to hey, I'll be back. I'm taking the baby to the movie, but he only 2 months old. Don't worry.
I want him to start early.
Why are we stopping at this place called Eco Lab? Don't worry about it. We just got to go in for about 15 minutes, son. Don't worry about it. Come on.
Oh, this just a 24 on me. I want to see where we came from.
Right. We try to see how many African nations we related to.
Hey, if you're going to 24 on me, there's something wrong with that
I want to
baby.
say this to y'all. If you're a real man, you run shit. That's just the truth. If you're a real man, you run shit. So if a woman running you, then it's easy for her to run game on you.
That part, definitely
real shit. Jadakiss launches Kiss Cafe Coffee brand with father and son.
I put this up, fellas and ladies, sorry, because I'm tired of, giving all the oxygen to, Mr. West and all that bullshit or whatever. Just talk about somebody who's actually, doing something family orientated. And I mean, this shit is something completely, you think of black-owned business, soul food restaurant.
But he already had the juice bar with his wife though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying this is
that was Styles.
That was Styles that wasn't Kiss too. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
No, Kiss
his dad,
but it was Styles.
His dad been in the biz for decades.
Yeah,
and now he just threw his money in there and also brought in Junior. So yeah, man, I thought it was pretty dope, man. Keeping it in the family.
For sure.
Coffee.
I love it, man, because it's not I'm starting a business and you fucking you peddling liquor to your people. You know what I'm saying? It's coffee. We got
clothes
him
or shoes.
Yeah, we got Styles. We got Styles with the juice bar preaching health. You know what I'm saying? It's refreshing to see. And you know what? They're doing it in their communities, man. And it's refreshing to see, man. I think his stuff is online right now, but it's good to see. And I think this is a good thing to see about of a father and a son and a grandson. It's a perfect picture of generational wealth.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, generational worth.
Well,
not no guns in the air.
That part.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, something completely different that you don't see. You don't get, only thing they're talking about is, Mr. West and those other shit. You got dudes that's doing positive shit. Trying, they're doing it online now, but eventually they're gonna do the brick and mortar. But right now, this is where they're at. And I'm like, man, I want to highlight that.
Hey, I'm gonna buy some.
But even if you don't do the brick and mortar, the whole thing about it is merchandising and actually getting into the big shops and making a buy.
Yes.
You got stuff like Black Rifle Coffee and all these other brands that you've never seen.
Yeah.
As far as having a brick and mortar, but you can go to Walmart or wherever else and pick it up, and it's become a thing. Hey, that's what it's about, man. Seeing a brand that you could pick up for real in one of the big stores.
Right.
Yeah, and people don't even understand how huge coffee is over in Africa and wine.
Ain't that shit huge?
I gotta have it every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife lose her shit if she don't get no coffee. She need a coffee in 30 minutes to herself. Shit.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing to me.
Shit. Don't say shit.
Don't kiss me. Lay fat ass.
Touch me.
Play some gospel music and I'm on my way.
We fall down. We fall down.
Hey, that's what keep this house running.
Cause you say
coffee, baby. Coffee.
Who fell down.
Hey man, if you don't shut the hell up, with that shit, man.
It was the pauses and taking a breath for me.
It ain't 3 p.m. if I don't get some vocals in, goddammit.
Oh, shoot.
Unbelievable, this dude, man.
I saw a video with that song featured on it, and the man he was climbing a big stairwell on a platform, and every 3 steps he'd fall off on a trampoline and bounce back. Y'all gonna see it, man. Oh man.
Hey, some of that gospel we fired, man.
Oh yeah.
I can't stand that.
I'm
not a fan of the gospel that gets you and you think you listening to some R&B and motherfucking all the next they talking about it and drop down to their knees and praise. You think he's about to get your sexy time on and turn.
Who made the trap gospel song?
That shit, man. What the fuck, man?
A trap.
Right.
Trap.
It was one of them sisters. I forget what the fuck they name.
Music just to be enjoyed. You know what I mean?
I want some DMT.
Yes.
Y'all done got me stuck now. I'm kind of like scared to take it, but then like this is the second time I'm hearing about it.
How we get there?
I got issues.
We talked about it in the pregame,
sorry,
DMT and ayahuasca.
Oh, okay.
Because you know y'all was late. You and
that happens. Yeah, so we did what we normally do. Talked about drugs.
Yeah.
Zan, that shit.
I might have to come to Mexico and do it.
You don't want to go with that motherfucker.
Drugs and coffee.
He had you with a dozen apples fucked up.
Yeah, don't eat no fruit at Quartermaster's house.
Yeah, don't eat none of the fruit. None of the fruit at his house.
That dog was fucking laid out.
Hey, that's like all that fruit from the jungle juice when you make that salad afterwards.
Man.
Y'all some goddamn fools, man.
I'm glad that shit's done.
Yeah, man.
Done.
Yeah, but shout out to Kiss, man. Hey, man, I love seeing brothers and sisters do their thing, man. Love seeing it because I wish I could figure my lane out to do some shit like that. So
different avenue, man. You don't hear that every day.
Don't say I wish. Just figure it out. You got it.
Start
hey,
selling
man,
coffee.
I'm trying, man. You know, I want to do comedy, but you know, I'm thinking about going back to it. But then y'all see me in 6 months talking about these people fucking with me, and then we gotta take his 11 billion. You know what I'm saying?
Bow down, just don't bow down too much.
Well, while they took all of it, I'm about to claim all the endorsements that Kanye lost.
Facts. Yeah.
So they took everything from him. Everything?
Gap,
just
Adidas.
Gap.
Gap,
Yeah.
Adidas.
Who else?
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
Let me say this, Miss Kiki. In the span of 24 hours, he done went from being worth $11 billion to $400 million. You do the math on that shit.
Yeah.
11 billion to
he
400
said
million.
he was worth 11 billion. They's like, okay, bring it down, Ye. He was about maybe 2.
It was
max.
2, yeah.
2 max. But now he's
worth
worth
the richest black man.
He could have been if that.
And I was like, he richer than Jay-Z? Is he richer than Jay-Z?
If that Gap deal,
yes, okay.
If the Gap deal would have went done. If that Gap deal wouldn't have,
I'm gonna interject. I'm gonna interject something here on some Donald Sterling and everybody else type stuff. Kanye says that all his deals, everything that's been reported, is that he has his stock options on all these ones in partial company ownership, not on his brand, but on the overall brand. The whole thing about it is they went and abolished his branding. But if he has that stock option, that money didn't go anywhere because they can't force him to sell. So the fact of the matter, his value went nowhere. And the fact of the matter is, on some real stuff, Kanye was in a lifetime record contract he couldn't get out of. He was in a bad deal with Gap that he couldn't get out of. He was in a bad deal with Adidas that he couldn't restructure.
Absolutely.
So the fact of the matter is all this actually a strategy to go ahead and cancel your deals, but you keep your stock options, so your value went nowhere. But now the fact of the matter is he can now reclaim his brand. And remember, Balenciaga was never a case of that he had a deal with Balenciaga. He had the designer working for him. Check and watch if Balenciaga's designer does something, not under the Ye name, but does something that looks very Ye-ish.
Well, that was one of his complaints.
He's winning.
Yeah,
because
God got his hands on him, so he did.
And he changed his name. If you notice,
his
name is Ye.
Yeah, let me say this.
He's kind of winning, but he's kind of losing the war.
Listen, if I was worth 400 million, I'm winning. Fuck what the public think. I'm winning.
But here goes the whole thing. They said that Nick Cannon doesn't own anything, but he still owns his shares in Viacom. When they canceled him, Nick Cannon still kept all of his ownership. So the fact of the matter is, the public-facing end of Nick Cannon isn't there, but Nick Cannon's money is still there. What I'm saying is it the same thing with Ye right now? The fact of the matter is, the public-facing end of it and what you know that he has is one thing, but on the back end bankroll, how can you get rid of somebody if they own shares in your company? You can't force them off them shares.
I don't want to see
so
no
pay
brothers.
attention, y'all. He teaching y'all the games. Like if y'all make it famous and y'all don't want to be endorsed no more because they fucking y'all,
Offend
just do
somebody.
some crazy shit.
Ain't nobody gonna endorse us. You
Here goes something.
You were here for
Hey,
this
but-
entire podcast. Ain't nobody endorsing us.
No.
Check up though. Here goes something else though.
It says the quartermaster who owns it.
Right.
I ain't even put them on blast. I ain't even put them on blast.
It ain't just the quartermaster.
Yeah.
It's the quartermaster of Painless. And
Ain't he still married to
Exactly.
Kim Kardashian?
Huh?
What's up?
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian's still married, so technically this could be a strategy for their show too. While you bullshitting.
And
You
who
know
knows?
what?
Who knows what's going on
I
behind
got
the scenes? But it's not looking good as far as
But
him
not
making
just
the
that
rounds.
though. But think about it. Not just that though. Think about it. This chick Kim been getting mad motherfuckers off on the legal shit. That's in her DNA.
Yeah, but not in this
There's
case.
a lot of DNA
Not-
in her, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
wow, that part. That part.
But I'm
She's
just
a case
saying
study.
though, dog.
She's a case study, man. She's a case study, but she ain't gonna be able to get
I
him
gotta
out
do
of
some
it.
more. I gotta
Can't
do some more
nobody save
research.
Kanye from Kanye. That's
I
it.
just- hey,
Kanye's his
man.
own worst enemy right now. That's
Because
it.
didn't they kidnap his
Or
kids?
is he?
Or is
Yeah,
it?
hey, hey,
Or is
I'm
it?
with Beat
This
Down
could
on
be
this
a-
one.
This
Because
could be a
Kanye
Kaiser
is
Sose thing, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is all. The thing about it is we talking about him right now, so he's still winning.
Well, what
Yeah.
does the 48 laws of power say? Court attention at all costs, even negative attention. So, I mean,
There.
you know what? I oftentimes think, because a lot of this shit I don't pay attention to. I think this particular thing got me because whether you like him or not, agree with him or not, or think he's bad shit, I hate to see any brother or sister go through any fucking thing. It bothers me. That movie Till came out, and I'll be quick because I know everybody got to go. The movie Till came out, and I can't watch it because I don't want to see what they did to this young boy. I don't want to see his mom. I know it's a portrayal. I don't want to see his mom in emotional distress because of her child. So that's why I'm paying attention to it. The other thing I was about to say was sometimes I feel like these celebrities do fucking play us.
Of course.
I feel like, yeah,
This
because
beforehand.
one, we buy their shit, and let's look at what the legend said. He was in bad deals. What's the best way to get out the shit? Is offend people.
Fuck it up.
Offend certain people. I personally think dude should take his money, do his own thing, get with some of these black people that's trying to do their thing. Look at Spurgo. It's a young boy out of Philly. He probably maybe late teens now. He got a dope little clothing brand. Get with them, do something. But I don't know, man. I hope that land on his feet.
Off of what you said about watching Till, I think that if you got kids and you should watch it. I didn't watch the movie, but I watched the show that came out on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I said watch it because his mom is still living, so this is not that far off for what they've done to black men. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of our kids, they don't know that it's just not that far off. Like these barbaric people are trying to mold you into something.
Absolutely.
They're savages,
Listen.
and we're being painted out to be the savages. And I really do think like the way they depicted that story, the way they gave that story, it was rough, rugged, and raw. And I think everybody should see it because his mom is still living. It's just a generation away.
You know what I think, Miss Kiki? Let me tell you this. This is what I feel personally. No, this is what I hope. I hope in this movie they highlight the fact that old girl is still alive and admitted that she lied on that fucking boy.
Yeah.
And this goes back to my earlier. Where's the get back for that?
Right. Where is the prison sentence?
Now, exactly. And then I am mad about that because they depict her like she gave a fuck in the movie. I hate that part. Don't depict her as she gave a fuck because she didn't give a fuck.
No.
When she lied on him.
Right.
And now y'all trying to act like, oh, she feels sad when they were savages taking pictures.
Right.
In court after saying stupid shit in front of his mom. It's crazy how the fuck.
Right.
It's crazy.
She started the whole shit.
That's
what I'm saying. And I don't give a fuck about a deathbed confession and then you live and your family like leave her alone. Y'all don't do that with these
lock her
motherfuckers.
old ass
Yeah,
up.
y'all don't get it. They don't do that with these motherfuckers that got caught over there in Auschwitz
Hell
doing
yeah,
the bullshit.
They locked Bill Cosby up, locked that bitch up too.
Right, lock that bitch. They locked the blind man the fuck up. And the bitch admitted she lied. I hope in the movie
have Big Bertha smack her ass.
You know how at the end of the movie they put the writing and shit? They should at the end of Teal, it should be and the bitch admitted the line in 2000 and such.
Right,
And
right.
And the bitch live in North Carolina at 979 Park Street. Like her doors are locked.
We gonna show
She
her
like leave her doors
bitch.
unlocked.
Right.
Show up. We all gonna meet up there about 7:00 p.m. on this time to whoop this bitch. No, I'm just
No,
playing.
we gonna hang her from a tree.
Hypothetically.
Of course.
The views and opinions.
We've been
Miss Pinkey
traumatized.
did not represent the views and opinions of the 6 other brothers on the show.
I know y'all about to kick me off the show.
Nah, we ain't gonna kick you off the show. Just say it was you.
They about to tell you your cousin can't come back.
In the news, nah, we ain't even say in the news, along with Kanye, 7 Negroes on Youngstown the podcast.
Yeah, Piers, I want to apologize for my anti-life comments.
Right.
Oh shit.
I would like to apologize for the tone that it took.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Well, listen,
ladies, gentlemen.
Hey, did y'all hear him call that dude boy though? That took me, man. Did y'all hear that?
What you talking about?
Kanye kept calling Piers Morgan boy.
I don't watch that. I don't watch that shit, man. I ain't
Piers
watching that
white?
shit. Yeah, he's white. Piers is white.
Great.
Piers white.
It was like
watching that shit.
Boy.
Because they always trying to call me a girl or a black dude a boy. Like, I'm a grown ass woman.
Dude, he called him boy like 6 times.
Are giving it
Like,
back.
you
That's what we
treating me
need.
like a boy. That's what I'm calling.
I can't with dude, man. I'm a little bit over with. Just go back to the old yay, and I'll rock with you. I can't do this new shit.
Hey, go back to the old yay.
We missed this. Sandy says, I got mad at my children's father for asking for paternity for my twins, and they look just like my firstborn. He wanted the fraternity because the twins did not look alike. The fraternity, Sandy? The fraternity. You all right with me?
Oh shit!
I hope
That's
you
a
got
typo. That was a thumb slip.
Sandy, get that man a paternity test just for the hell of
Give
it.
him that
Why not?
paternity test.
Give
If
him
you
that
ain't got shit
paternity
to worry
test.
about, why make it?
You need that
Tell
Alpha
him to
Kappa
spend his money.
test. Give him that Kappa test, Sandy. No, I'm fucking around with you, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate you.
Fuck that Zand out nigga at the bottom.
I'm done, man. Good night.
Hey, what you sipping on, Ed?
What you sipping on,
and
brother?
wine.
Shit, I'm sipping on Starbucks medicine ball.
No, that's supposed to be Kiss Cafe, man.
Right,
Kiss Cafe medicine ball.
There
Medicine
you go.
ball, okay.
There you go.
Wait, hold on, I got some Taylor Port, right? And then wasn't that what you was drinking last
We
time?
got you, Sandy. I'm messing
What
with
was
you.
that? Yeah.
Just having a little fun with you. Thanks for coming
Yes,
through.
ma'am. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Appreciate that. And go ahead and
Like, share, and subscribe.
get that Omega Sci-Fi test and get that going, man.
He said, why you gotta throw them out there?
Please come check out Deep Throat Conversation.
Yes. Thanks again, Miss Kiki. We appreciate you.
Peace, y'all.
Man.
Deep Throat Podcast.
Deep Throat
Beat Down Brown.
Conversations.
Beat down in the
Check
building.
her out. We got the beat y'all listening to. The legend right
The
here.
legend is right here.
The man in the myth who explains the man in the myths. Mr. J Drizzy.
Yeah.
And name
Disco Gang.
I love y'all, man. Hey,
Love y'all, man.
This the original crew. It's the original crew.
Jesus in the building.
Shout out.
Yeah, wow.
We've always been, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Peace,
You too.
peace.
Thanks for coming through.
Love y'all.
Cuddy.
Yeah.
Night.
Yeah, Cuddy. Peace.
Oh,
Peace.
man.
Man, thanks for bringing it out. The Ye is winning.
Yes. I'm just saying it look a whole lot different when you look at it in the light, man.
Right.
It look a whole lot different.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying watch moves. Because if we look at the way I was talking with the quartermaster earlier, and going back to all this stuff going on with all these NFL owners and all these NBA owners, they getting all this trouble, but all this money stay in the house, and all of a sudden you got another phantom owner. It's like, wait, no money changed hands to this new owner. Or you got these interest groups, but then it come back years later. Oh no, that never changed hands.
Right.
I'm just saying, not saying I'm right, but I'm saying for a dude that's been literally crying all day about how he didn't have ownership of all this art he made, the biggest thing you could do is make sure that you blacklist yourself and even pull a Snoop Dogg in it. Death Row was sitting in the hands of somebody that didn't know what they had and didn't care what they had. And he bought it up for pennies on the dollar and turned back around and owned not just the label, not just the likeness, but all them doggone masters. I'm just saying, I would not be shocked if we come back and find out all of Ye's catalog is back in his hands. And the fact that he kept all his ownership of everything else. Of course, Adidas got to save face. Gap got to save face. Oh, no, we disassociate. They came up, Brown and Donald just hopped off of Don to Sports. Oh, okay. Do that. That's good. He still got his kickback from their contracts. They didn't do that before they signed their big contracts. Their contracts is signed. He already got the money.
Right.
So the fact of the matter is, it looked funny in the light.
It's just
We'll
like when you
see.
see people like Bill Gates and they get a divorce, right? And right before the divorce, they step down as whatever the position is on the board. And they sell their shares to this one or that one. But you find out really they still own or control everything. No matter if they're on there as the owner, there's an entity that they're in control of that takes whatever share is theirs.
All I'm gonna say is Papa John's.
There you go.
You don't see him on no commercials, but he ain't sold nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Throw Shaq out there. Throw Shaq out there. Give him 15 shares. give him 5% control. Yeah, Shaq's the spokesperson. Yeah, he ain't sold nothing.
Exactly.
Is it? You said what now?
Shaq can say the N-word.
Exactly. Hey Shaq, how you feel about him kneeling?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, oh my goodness.
I was just worried about the love of the game and going out there. Me and Kobe, we was out there, we was playing. That's it. All this other stuff, it ain't about that. It's about the game.
He throw me the ball. He throw me the ball. Sometimes I throw him the ball. Both of us dunking in. My father was in the military, so that's how I feel about the flag and everything.
And my biological didn't bother.
Fuck New Jersey, but I like peace to Red Man.
Gentlemen, I'm out, man. I love you guys.
Love you guys. Peace.
Peace.